Some reasons for meditating. Most people in Western society have their brains continuously talking and thinking. And while you may think that it's a good thing, there's actually a lot of benefit to having pauses and space and time when your brain isn't saying anything. It can be very relaxing. There's many benefits. It can be relaxing. It can be an access to the internal spiritual realm because you don't have the distraction of your mind. And this is a reminder that we are not our mind. Our brain, which has all these thoughts and these voices and words that are always coming up and images, whether they're conscious or subconscious, those thoughts in our brain is different than our spiritual essence. And I say this because the brain is matter. And while the thoughts are of a sort of higher vibration that is still a big mystery to science, I think that knowing that you can be quiet in the mind tells me that there's more to us than just thoughts. So, a big benefit from the kind of meditation that I do is the pauses that start happening between your thoughts. And for most people, the brain never stops talking. And it's like this flowing river, and it could tell you good things, bad things, and all kinds of things that I'm sure you know. So this is the reason why I meditate and why I champion the practice of meditation. One, it's free. Two, for me, the kind of meditation I do helps to connect me with the internal processes that are happening. So we have the conscious thoughts for most people that never stop, that are just your voice, the voices in your head. There's also the subconscious processes that are happening in your brain. A lot of subconscious, a lot of things, that are just happening, like a real hard physical example is we don't think about making our blood circulate. It does it on its own. We don't think about making our fingernails grow and our bones heal. They do it on their own, and they're based on functions happening in the brain. Now that may be different from maybe of a different sort of flavor than subconscious psychological processes, but I do strongly believe that we have a lot of psychological processes that are happening underneath our hood that we don't know of. And another benefit of meditation is that you get more in tune to what's happening underneath your conscious. It's when you meditate, the way I do it, if you imagine your conscious where all the thoughts that you have, that you see, is, and there's a membrane, and then there's a subconscious, the unconscious, where there's all these things happening within you, psychologically, emotionally, intelligently, memories, all these things that you don't normally see, but they're there, they're working, they're affecting you. They're there and they affect you, but you don't notice them, you don't realize them. And if you see them, if you sort of think of it as a sort of membrane in between with the unconscious and the conscious, meditation helps to bubble up things from the unconscious into your conscious. So you start seeing things that are happening within you. You have more, you open up the window of the secrets of your inner world. And this can be very difficult, which means you have to have the courage and the determination and the faith to work on whatever it is that you see happening within you. It's like when you study your own dreams, your nighttime dreams. A lot of times these dreams, they represent things that they're like messages that you haven't yet fully interpreted or fully understand in your conscious. So, but it's healthy to know what's going on within you as long as you have the right frame of mind and perspective to go forward with what you learn. And what I mean by the right frame of mind and perspective is, like I was saying, a positive mindset, faith, determination, and courage. And all these things so that you can go through the challenges that are awaiting you once you start exploring more of your internal world. Why do you want to do this? So that you have more access to healing and for inner growth. I mean, these are where the big challenges are. There's a lot of reasons why we do what we do, each and every one of us. In our personal habits, the things that we see about ourselves and the things we don't see, the things that other people see of us and they don't see, all that stuff and content comes from somewhere. And the more that we can handle them, or the more that we're willing to walk through it in a good and positive way, the more growth we invite. And I think the stronger we get. So, meditation is one awesome tool. It may not be for everybody, but it is free of charge because you can do it at home or anywhere as long as you have some privacy and some time. And, well, I really enjoy it. So these are some reasons for meditating. And I think I mentioned that once you continue to meditate, you will see pauses in between that river of thought. And these pauses, once you have some space in between your thoughts, it's a really nice change. It can be very relaxing and relieving. And it also can lead you to detach from your thoughts, because in the middle of all these thoughts, it's very easy to get caught up and think that you basically getting caught in this river. You're just being, like in this river of thoughts, and you're in here and you're 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 seeing yourself as part of this rushing river. But having space between your thoughts helps you to detach, even when these thoughts do happen. Detach and see that you're not your thoughts. Your thoughts are separate. And there's something else. Some writings and authors, and they call it the observer. And we're talking about consciousness. And you can see that there's thoughts happening, but you're in this river and you're on the side. You're on the river bank. And you can watch these thoughts go by. And yeah, you may get caught up, especially if you live in a Western city or wherever, or in a place with a lot of problems. In a situation like that, I still get caught up in my thoughts plenty. I've been meditating for over 10 years, most of the time, daily. I've had a few years on and off, but most of that time I've meditated daily. So it's not a panacea, at least not for me. We still have problems. We're still human. But I really recommend meditation to just about everybody. I think to everybody. But understanding that it's probably not for everybody. But instead of meditation, you may benefit from some kind of other mindfulness practice. I know mindfulness is a buzzword these days that makes a lot of money. Meditation is free. You can sit at home or wherever there's space and time and quiet and practice.